Alright. Welcome back to Kamen Rider Review, episode number 234. We are here reviewing the 23rd episode of Kamen Rider Zeztz Destroy. Picking up the last episode where Baku, as Kamen Rider Zeztz in the capsule form, fighting Nox. Nox is nice. After a big capsized kick, which basically looks like a Raider kick. I'm not sure why they won't call it a Raider. It basically goes on a platform that he summons with shadows, and it's like, oh, you have power of a nightmare, and proceeds to give him basically a Raider kick, and he dies. Yep, Nox dies. Yeah, this guy is around since episode 1 of Zeztz, and here he dies 22 episodes later. And then Baku proceeds to de-transform and collapses. So, and then we have the paranormal investigations. They show up, the chief obviously checks on Oka because it's his friend. Yep, he's confirmed to be dead. They do actually check his pulse. Yep, they check his pulse. And Nakura, the woman, she actually does check Baku's pulse. Baku's alive, but he's unconscious. And then they take Oka's body, that's Nox's one, they take him up someplace else, and then they take Baku home, and he's asleep. He remains asleep almost half the episode. Yes. So, then he proceeds, then he's asleep, and everyone tries to wake him up. 3 comes in, thinking, now is not the time to be asleep. Shakes his shoulder, and then proceeds to basically punch his freaking chest to wake him up. That does wake him up, and just by sheer coincidence, at that very moment, basically the two paranormal investigators, they're there, and then this is the first time. By the way, this is the first time these two have ever interacted, because 3's around in episode 15, and here he is. Basically, of course, they do go in the room, and they do ask the question, what is code? What does it stand for? Well, they finally unveil what the heck code stands for. It stands for Confidential Organized Defensive Establishment. It's basically like a big spy agency. And that's kind of basically what it is. And like basically about like monsters, all this other stuff. Basically, it's combat phenomena, extraterrestrial life forms, monsters that police and military can handle, and of course also Fujima does say, does nightmares count? Yes, and of course. Nagamo does basically ask our friends, like, don't you feel anything of the fact that your agents just die? And they basically comment on the fact he's basically full of bullcrap, being so emotionless. And then he proceeds to go through one of the doors. I think it's a brown door. And then he disappears. We actually, believe it or not, we don't see him again for the rest of the episode. He does not return. Meanwhile, though, in Sleep World, Baku proceeds to wake himself up by kind of destroying this dream world, kind of exiting that. Nem wakes up in the real world and meets, but before this, Nanamu, Baku's sister, contacts the lady. Of course, she has no the fact this is a lady, and they chat, but of course, like, oh, she has no idea the fact he's basically still asleep. They chat a brief period of time, and then Nem wakes up toward the end of the episode. Well, we'll get back to that. So, then Baku proceeds to just abandon his life as Baku. He can just become Code 7. And he wakes up, goes into the room, changes clothes to his outfit he wears in the dreams. Then he rides basically the motorcycle he has not driven since like episode 14. Yes, believe it or not, he has not driven this damn thing since episode 15. I think it was the last time he ever rode this damn thing. Because it's been like 8 episodes since he last drove it. And He basically finds a disaster nightmare, transforms, fights it, and then proceeds to kill it with a freaking gun. Just puts 3 capsules inside, basically kills him. Ending a threat that's been going on for 3 episodes, kind of in a way 4, though apparently it's going to show the next episode. And of course, then we have Nim who had woken up, and this is kind of weird. She thinks so dreaming. We do see the sort of red moon from the dreams. It's here. It's not exactly very clear exactly where this place is. And then she meets up with the lady who turns out to be Nim's mom. I thought that was interesting. The post-credit, the credits for next week, looks like 3 is going after 0. First time I've seen him since episode 15. Yes. And apparently, we're going to debut his human form next week. I'm like, okay, you have my attention. And also, we're going to see 3 become Lord 3 for the first time in the show. Which, with next episode, it would have been 9 episodes since his debut, and he has not transformed yet. 5 and 6 clearly did. 4 did, obviously. And 7, obviously. But here's a good question. Where's Code 1 and 2? Good question. I thought it was maybe Code 1. No. And apparently it looks like that you have them pointing a gun at... I'm thinking this is 0. It says, you're no longer needed. I'm assuming 3 is basically taking over Code with next week's episode. Is by the way, saying about Disaster Nightmare, it looks like it kind of is because he's credited appearing next week's episode, which I thought that was interesting. Yeah. I mean, Nox was pretty much here. And he's been here since, episode 1. He's not missed an episode. He has been a very interesting character. He's never been boring. I think the actor did a great job with him. This is really weird about the actor. The actor is 5 years older than the character he's playing. Excuse me, because the actor playing him is 38 years old. And his character is 33. You're probably thinking, Nick, that's not unusual. It's Japan. Yeah, it's not unusual, but I had to point it out, though. So, it looks like the actor playing Zero's human form was in Garo. Well, it looks to be the original Garo series from 05. And apparently the actor himself, this actually was also the guy who voiced Zero for the first 14 episodes. And apparently also he watched the original Kamen Rider series when he was a child. That is interesting. Which probably makes him probably the first actor to watch the original show to work on this one. I look at who the actor is. He's 63. So, can we buy the fact this guy probably was a kid when he probably watched the show? Yes. Given the fact it's been 55 years since he's 63 now. Take away 15, even 13, 5. Which means he first watched this when he was 7. I'm like, okay, so maybe he's a long-time Kamen Rider fan. Who knows? He is younger than my dad. Though he's older than my mom. Yeah. But otherwise, look, great episode. Love this. And overall, guess how many episodes to go for Zeztz? As far as I can tell, and this is not basically, and I get this from the anime list, the my Jama List app, and what's online. Looks like it's set for 50 episodes, so we have presumably 27 left to go. Yep, 27. What the next Kamen Rider series is going to be, I don't know. I have no idea. I wasn't talking about this one per se, but I know review-wise, when bench watch it, next one's never going to be, well, 01. But I will be using this particular review series to talk about a spin-off of Double. That's going to come up really soon. Don't worry, it will become soon. So expect more Kamen Rider videos soon. Just not at the moment, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much a particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to notifications. I thought I had time to do maybe go back to the Double Incarnation, but no. I'm probably just going to do something else. I'll probably finish it up tomorrow because I only have 4 to go. And I'm done. I'll watch the 4 episodes tomorrow and do my Hurricane Vigilantes. Also, can you believe the fact I actually reviewed Kamen Rider Zeztz on Sunday? Yes, on the day I normally review it. I'm like, that's quite cool. I like that. I like the fact that both these done. So I'll cap off basically No Reincarnation tomorrow. I might just go ahead and there's this particular anime I've been really interested in, especially as I've seen like a few different clips of the show. That's going to start happening tomorrow at the latest. If not, I probably start tomorrow and go through about half, because it's also going to be 24 episodes. So it's going to be one of those shows where I have to stop halfway through, work on a quick show, come back to it. That's what's going to happen. Yep. What it's going to be, you'll find out tomorrow. Okay, next video. Bye.